Hello, hello. How is everyone? I am coming in today with a little demonstration. Let's see. Evidently, I'm also standing in that light. So, today's demonstration is going to be a little bit of two things. I am using the Blend Jet for the first time. And yes, I did purchase mine at Costco. So this is not a sponsored ad. And if you purchase it at Costco, it comes with two in a pack. The turquoise and a black model. So that's pretty cool, I think. Don't ask me the price, but it was a good price. I'm going to tell you I'm not sure how this is going to work out. Since the beginning of June, I have been back on my bariatric protocols, and that is making sure that I get in at least one protein shake per day, usually to start it off. And I'm going to see if this Blend Jet works. I have been using immersion blender and regular blender, but I wanted to see if just this little tool can work. So when you get it, it does have a USB port that you have to plug it in for at least an hour and a half to start it. I already put in 1 cup of water. I actually like mine watered down a bit, so I may actually add more water, but we'll see. And then I am using ProCare Healthcare, their protein powder. I'm using the vanilla. And I don't know if you can see that, but it is very fine, very powdery, smells fantastic. It has, hold up, let me tell you, the calories are 110, the carbohydrates are only 1, and the protein is 26. So that is a great way to get in your protein needs. And the ingredients are fairly clean for, for protein powders. Tastes delicious. And I actually use it with, so I'm just going to dump it in. This is all an experiment. I've never done this before in this way. So you're here live with me to see how this works out with this Blend Jet. Typically this protein powder is very smooth and silky and blends very easily. I often just blend it with my frother, but let's see. So I'm going to hold the top just in case you screwed the top on, and then I'm just going to hold it. I think it said it goes for 30 seconds. Okay, let's see what happened. So that froths it up all the way to the top. Which is now going to make it just all foam. So that's kind of interesting, because I don't know what you do with that. I'm not really sure. How do I fix that? Yeah, I have a feeling this is not going to be my kind of way to do this, but let's see. what I need to do is I need to add my Wyman's blueberries to it. And maybe I'm just going to put them in there. So let's see, a cup is 19 carbs. And quite frankly, I'm not really counting carbs of low glycemic fruits and vegetables right now. I'm really focusing on just whole foods. But I wanted to see that for myself. I'm pretty sure there's no way I can add that in there. So let me see if I pour half of this. So it's about halfway. Let's see what happens if I put half in. And you know that I love a good Wyman blueberry. Those are my favorite, and they are the wild blueberries, which give us so much more I wonder I haven't tried it, but I wonder if you can shut it off while it's in the midst of making it. Let's see what the consistency is. And before you ask me where did I get my jumpsuit, I got this at Old Navy, and I can't love it enough, although it tastes delicious. I gotta say, it's way too big for me. And the top, okay, let's try this. Let's see what happens if I try to interrupt it. Oh, let's see. Let me see, is that? Okay, you can interrupt it. And then maybe it's not all incorporated. Okay, let's try it again. Oh, we see somebody's from... Oh, did you look up the price for the blend yet, Nate? I don't remember what the price was, but I think it was pretty inexpensive, and I might have even gotten it on a sale day. There you go. That's pretty good. So anybody come over from how did you find out about this live? Let's take a step back though for a minute. Oh, do I have blueberries? No, not yet. I'm Beth Reilersdam, as a matter of fact, and I am known as Curvygirlbeth across socials, and I am here today to talk to you about my ProCare Health vanilla protein powder that I love and use on most days for the past at least 2 months, I'd say, maybe longer. I go between having some wild blueberries from Wyman's or some cherries. Organic sweet cherries, frozen, is what I typically use. And I use them because they both have quercetin in them, and that is an anti-inflammatory. And so it also helps to, it's one of the foods when you're following a trying to get your mast cells under control. Is one of the foods that's helpful for that. Although, in all fairness, this is a very high quality whey protein, and whey isn't necessarily recommended as part of getting your mast cell under control, but you know, we do what we got to do. So I figure if I have one thing in my world that is better than, you know, having everything that is inflammatory. Oh, no, I need a new glass. Hold on. Let's see how. Oh, thick. It's thick. That's the way we like it. So let me put some more in here. I'm going to incorporate it a little. I bet it's going to ruin my, I usually like to make mine icy as possible, and a friend of mine who used to have one of these blend jets said not to put ice in it, that the fruit seems to be okay, but that ice tends to not work well here. Oh, the YouTube picture doesn't look very clear. Oh, okay, that doesn't work. I read somewhere that you can put it. Does it look like a haze? Does the picture look like a haze? Can you see it moving? I bet it's way... Oh. Well, now it's pourable. Oh, it looks so pretty. Oh my God, you gotta see that. I ruined it a bit, but check this out. Isn't that pretty? Yes, very hazy. You know what? I don't know that that is YouTube, quite frankly. I think that it is. Is that better? It looks better to me. Is that better? Tell me if that's better. And you know I love a glass straw. Okay, I hear you that it's okay, but is it any better, DJ? Boa tarde. And hi, Nate. How are you? Thanks, helicopter. Yes, yes, he sure is, isn't he, though? Although, I'm not sure he'd agree with that this week because as much as I am over being an AFib, I think he's even more over it than I am. Oh, my hair looks nice. Well, that's crazy because it is it's like I'm in the tropics or something. It's totally out of control. What do you give up on, helicopter? This is funny. I have ponytail. I was just reading better than before. Okay, thank you. I'm glad. I was just reading about how ponytails are a thing. Truthfully, earlier today, I was reading about that. So for those of you who don't know or haven't been informed, I have been on, yes, looks like I'm in the tropics, exactly. I have been this week, I have been in atrial fibrillation, which means that my heart is going crazy, basically. And, supposedly you just do that to rinse it out. But see, now I want to use that for additional. Yeah, I've been to several cardiologists and on a couple of different medications. I don't typically take any medication, so I actually don't like it. And it is quite unnerving, to say the least. Very scary. I think that works pretty good. Seems though you have to do it several times, so I'm not really sure that you're saving time or money that way. But anyway, so one of the reasons why I'm drinking this right now is because I need to go take my medicine, and then I need to head to another doctor's appointment to get some additional blood work done and see if there are other connections. And so that's what's happening in my world. You know, the medicine that they're giving me is typically, it's interesting because it's typically what's given to patients that have atrial fibrillation and all of that. So nobody's trying to be a hero and do something different. The interesting part, or the very frustrating part, is that I am different. My body is very different. It operates very differently. It doesn't like medicine. It doesn't need medicine. I have had this happen in life before. 4 times in 2019, once in 2022, and now this time. And all the other times, medication was not used. Actually, the first time they tried to use medication, I had an allergic reaction to it, so that went by the wayside. Um, and I've just naturally converted. Because of that, I have to say, I really do wonder if I'm staying in this longer simply because I am on the medication and my body doesn't like it and doesn't know what to do with it. So I don't know. It is what it is. But as I said, it's unnerving, it's frustrating, and being somebody who knows just a little too much about their body and medicine and how it reacts and all of the things that I have the doctors don't even know about or care about. The frustration that I'm finding is that it's amazing to me that a patient could present themselves, give you all the barriers, and then you'd be like, no, it doesn't matter. It's crazy. It's totally crazy. Hi, Tina. Thank you for joining us. Are you, how did you come to find me here? Are you part of my Facebook or my Instagram? Or any of my lipedema world, or even my weight loss surgery world? I'm currently on metoprolol and Eliquis. And I screamed out to the doctor, Eliquis. I said, oh my God, I never wanted to be somebody that took a medication on television. Yeah, I mean, I don't ever want to be somebody who's taking a medication, but I am agreeing that I have to take it for this X period of time. So yes, hi Wave D, and I just found you scrolling, so I stopped by. I find your my story so interesting. Okay, Tina, that's excellent. Right here on YouTube, you found me. I love it. That's excellent. YouTube happens to be my smallest platform, but it really is the one that I should pay the most attention to, and I think I'm going to start doing that right now. So evidently, it's okay to take both of these at the same time. We'll see. Like I said, I don't know. I do feel that I'm having swelling from the metoprolol because I spaced them out before taking them, and my doctor said that couldn't be possible. That's not a thing. However, it's a thing. So, and I read about it even last night. So there you go. I don't know what to say. Medical gaslighting is a real thing. You know, my lipedema doctor has kind of worked as a primary doctor for me in a number of occasions, quite frankly. But she is now mostly based in Arizona again. She was here in Beverly Hills for a while. And I did, from our other lipedema specialist, get a referral to a new cardiologist. And that person can see me at the end of September if she chooses to accept me as a patient. This is what we're doing in healthcare now. I don't know what to say. I assumed it was going to be a concierge situation, but anyway. So Tina, let me tell you, that'd be great. Be sure to say hi so I can connect with you. And I usually do that through private messages. But I have a condition, and this is June is Lipedema Awareness Month. I have a condition called lipedema, and lipedema affects 11% of women worldwide. So that's 1 in 9. 1 in 9 women. Most generally don't ever get most don't ever get diagnosed. They usually diagnose themselves, and they usually find out about it on social media from posts like mine. So, lipedema is an additional layer of adipose tissue from the waist down. It typically presents itself on the hips, the thighs, and often in thicker calves, especially thicker ankles. I don't have that aspect, but I do have the typical aspect of the knee pads. See how my knees bump out? Those are called knee pads. And then in about 80% of cases, it affects the arms, especially the upper arms. Almost 20 years ago, I weighed 404 pounds and had Roux-en-Y gastric bypass surgery. And during those first 18 months, I let go of about 230 of those pounds with absolute precise, that's the word, absolute precise intake of protein, and combined with 6 days a week of weight training for 30 minutes a day and about 20 minutes of cardio. So see, this 20 minutes of cardio has been a thing for me for a long time. I'm so proud about that. And so, you know, if you know anybody who's shaped like me, this is what lipedema looks like. I am the classic body type of lipedema, where my upper half is normal size, and then disproportionate to my bottom. And I was diagnosed in 2017 because although it is not a rare disease anymore, it is rarely diagnosed. So it is pear-shaped, yes. Pear-shaped is one of the classic shapes with lipedema, although we do come in all stages, sizes, and shapes. And lipedema, although I talked about the typical areas, it can present itself anywhere on the body. Yes, I may just need to take a trip to, you know, when I was initially diagnosed, I did go to, by her, I did take a trip to Arizona. It's supposed to be the other way. Yeah, the medical industry is having a lot of shakeup. It's really a fascinating thing. The more involved I become with the medical industry, and now this is like going on like 5 years. And mind you, I have medical people I've grown up with medical people. My brother was still is, an OBGYN. My cousin is a nurse. My aunt was a nurse. My other people were nurses and doctors. My sister-in-law is a doctor. So I've had medical people in my life, and that's my comfort level. I can walk into a doctor's office and act as their, peer. They wouldn't, other than looking at my record that doesn't say doctor in front of it, which actually makes me realize, how come nobody ever asks me if I'm a doctor? I speak to them just like their colleague would talk to them, so it's not like I'm going in like some, oh, woe is me, help me figure this out. I walk in with lots of information that they never heard before, probably, and it's kind of interesting. Yes, Tina, that was a lot of weight that I lost. Oh, wait, let me see. So at some time soon, I'm going to be able to find pictures from when I had surgery. But this is my smallest About my smallest. I was at the top of the Vatican there, and this is how I went to the top of the Vatican the first time. That is not my highest, but it's close to it. Yeah, there's just way too many people in that picture. Yeah. See, and you can see like the swollen ankles, and a little bit above the wrist, which often happens when you get to the advanced stages. Does it affect your back or your lower back? I think so. People that have had lipedema removal surgery will say that they have relief in their back. I was told many years ago by a orthopedist that my butt couldn't possibly have anything to do with my low back pain, but I have learned that I was on the right track, and that is not true. Because lipedema actually is heavier than just regular fat, and it does present itself as nodules under the skin. They could be as small as a grain of sand, or like if you actually felt my arm here, I don't know, you can't really see it on me. I know people do this all the time, but I can never get it to show. It's like, it feels like you're touching a bag of pearls. Like if you went to one of those jewelry shops and get one of those cute little bags of pearls, that's what it feels like. I am up about, today, I don't know, somewhere between 50 and 60 pounds from my lowest, and I am working on that. I am working on getting back to basics and getting rid of that by November 6th, which will be my 20th anniversary of my Roux-en-Y. That is my goal. So it's actually very fascinating that this little hiccup has come right when I started on June 1st with my commitment. So we'll see. I don't know if with this amount of progression in my lipedema, how much of that I'll be actually able to lose, because lipedema itself is very resistant to diet and exercise. And because I have this AFib challenge, it precludes me from doing a lot of the other conservative treatments that people do. Like I can't use the decongestive pumps because that throws me into AFib. I can't use the vibration plate for any significant period of time. In theory, maybe I shouldn't use it at all. I believe my episode last year was brought on by using the massage gun too much in my abdomen. So, yeah, there's just so many things that are barriers that just to get around and come up with a consistent plan that really works. So, you know, that's why you always hear me trying different things or doing different things. But one of the things that I reconnected to last year was my gastric bypass and weight loss surgery community, and that has really been a comfort, because I realized that really that is where everything is rooted. And for me, I need to get back to the basics of following what I was taught to maintain long-term success with that tool, and trying to go after the lipedema trends has proven not to be very helpful for me, and has been to the detriment in many ways. So I'm getting back to basics, which is why I'm really happy that I've found this Pro Care, because one of the things I also have is I have a sensitivity to stevia, and many protein powders on the market now are made with stevia, and if they're not, they have so many things in them that are not things that I'm looking for. And so this product not only tastes good and blends well and is certainly palatable, but it also fits all of my criteria. So it's been a real help so far, and enough that I have actually become an affiliate. So if you are in need of any type of vitamins or any type of protein powder, they do have chocolate and vanilla. The vanilla is my favorite because I'm trying to stay away from chocolate, quite frankly. I've only had the chocolate once, and I don't remember. I mean, it was good, it was fine. I just don't remember, like, I can't give you a, like, oh, it tastes like such and such or this or that or the other thing, because I haven't had enough experience with it. But I do have a bag coming. We'll see if they let me add any chocolate protein powder to my life. What is my favorite food that that works for my body or that doesn't? So Tina, if you're still here, so one of the things that's really important when you have lipedema is that you move your body. Specifically, moving your calves is extremely important, and that you follow a low inflammatory diet, whatever that means for your particular body. And those are two initial hallmarks. Then from there, there's lots of other things, but that's just, and quite frankly, in my opinion, it is not only women with lipedema who should follow a non-inflammatory diet or move their legs. So I feel that my message is one that is a worldwide message, because everybody can use this particular advice. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, DJ. But that's me going forward. And yes, I look really neat. Oh, and I have a nice blueberry right there in the middle. Isn't that special? Somebody could have told me that, Did y'all ever hear the story of when I had my son and I was in a mom's group, and maybe he was like 6 months old, and I used to be the entertainer in the group. There was about 11 of us, 10 of us. And if we didn't go out for lunch after our meeting, then we would come. Well, we got together several times a week. So once a week, we came to my house. And after, I don't even know how I noticed it, but one time we were at my house. We were there for a long time. And I realized I had one pearl and one diamond earring. And my girls, nobody told me. And they kind of wrote it off by saying, like, we thought you were trying to start a new trend. And I was like, right. Next time, y'all better tell me. So just know I'm the person who needs to be told things. If you notice it, just tell me. And now there is a frozen on my screen. DJ, I don't know. What bad food do I? So my favorite food of all time is likely pizza. New York pizza. That's probably my favorite food of all time. Uh, and I have had given up pizza for, I don't know, at least 15 years. And of course, anything Italian. I don't know if you know this, but I am Italian on my mother's side. And so where I come from, you are whatever your mother was. So I was raised in an Italian household. Thankfully, she was a lipedema woman herself, although no one knew that. And she was always chasing a diet or whatever. So I actually, really, the most of my life followed a very low inflammatory way of eating, because that's how she ate and how she fed us. And truly, the only times, um, the only times, you know, we were maybe once a week we had pasta, maybe. Oh, I know what I was going to say. And only in any time of weight gain in my life, it was simply, I mean, you could trace two things. It was that I had carbs that I shouldn't have, and that my exercise was lower. Those are the things. So for my body, it has to be a two-pronged approach. And those things are not, even the 10% of the time doesn't work for my body. Pepperoni, I actually like sausage better. True story. Oh, you can't make it up. Yes, Nate, remember that time when I said that I didn't know how to make the pasta because I make pasta so infrequently? Same thing. Didn't have pasta for like, same thing, like 15 years. I never ate. There's a thing. I think I've told you this before, Nate. You've probably heard me say this before, but there's an Italian thing called a zeppola, which is basically, oh, my Italian people are going to hate me for this, but basically it is fried pizza dough that you put powdered sugar on. And that is a thing in my family that we only had on Christmas Eve. And so from 2000 and what? So I guess 2002 was the last time I ate one of those until 2017. That's 15 years. There you go. And in 2017, I decided to eat that because my lipedema doctor had told me that so long as 10% of the time or 90% of the time I was on the straight and narrow, but 10% of the time I had to live my life. And that was the end of the beginning of the demise. So my body doesn't work that way. My body is 100% kind of body. And yeah. There you go. You know, I suppose what's not to like. Oh boy. Anyway, but sausage on a pizza for me is not crumbled. That is not how you eat sausage on a pizza. It has to be sliced Italian sausage, and good Italian sausage. And here in LA, that's hard to find. Okay, so anyway, hi. Can somebody tell me if in the, I don't know where you find it, but does it show the place for a super thanks, a super something else? I think it's 3 things. Does it show the places for those 3 things? And does it show you a button to subscribe to the memberships when you're looking at this live? Can you tell me if those are there? And also, does it show you the shop? What good food do I like? So what I've mostly been eating since June 1st is chicken with arugula and riced cauliflower. I love it. With a little, it's probably a tablespoon. I probably have a tablespoon of oil and pepper. That's it. Garlic. That's it. That simple. I do like a good salmon, but I don't like to cook salmon. I love to eat a salmon salad when I'm out. I like most vegetables, and that's about it. Okay, well, I definitely have to wrap it up because I'm realizing I gotta go to the doctor. I forgot about that. So, thank you all for joining me. If you got any tips and tricks for AFib, let me know. If you, I will try and put the link for the ProCare in the description. If not, it's in my links page, that I know. And is my links page on YouTube? I'm not sure, or if it's just on Instagram. I think it's on Instagram and TikTok. I'm not sure. I'm 90% positive that it's on my website, thecurvygirlbeth.com. So check it out there as well. ProCare. BlendJet. Not sure if BlendJet is going to be helpful for my purposes. Yeah. Okay, I hear you, TJ. I'm sorry that this is not a preference for you. I'll have to, you know what? Maybe Nate is right. Maybe I will try next time to actually do the live from my computer. I've never tried to do that. So what if I try that? I'll try that. We'll see. It's all, it's all a flux. So anyway, thanks so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate you all being here. And I appreciate the love and concern that you've sent. And I'll look forward to seeing you again. And wave, of course not. Of course not. Of course not. I'm sad that you really have to ask that at this point. I think you've been around long enough to know that no, absolutely not. No. Okay. Well, I use it for Zooms and things like that, so maybe. I don't know. We'll see. And thank you, Nate, for having my back, as always. You can't make it up, right, Nate? You just can't make it up. I still would love to know what forever would give you that impression. That's all I want. I mean, it's just the question of the year. And quite frankly, it's getting old. It's getting to be an old question. And I have been, lately, I have been very comfortable hitting that remove button or delete button. I've been very comfortable doing that. I was not comfortable doing that for a long time because I didn't feel that I should be censorship. However, you're in my house, you're in my space, and the respect that I give to all of you, I believe it should be a reciprocal relationship. And so that's it. And, you know, I don't know. I don't know what to say. There's so many things that are just insanity. But who knows? Maybe I'll start a cooking show on there. Wouldn't that just be something? That's an idea. Maybe that's an idea. Oh, God. All right. See you all. Bye for now.